All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're running solo again today, it looks like. Also noticing that my left and right channels are a little limited or uneven, which is a little bit funny, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and get started. We have a lot to do still, but it's more of the same today. I didn't get a whole lot done yesterday, unfortunately. So we're just going to be picking up. Looks like I'm not going to have this done until next week. So next week I'll definitely be doing proper coloring. I'm not sure yet whether or not I'm going to do the flat color, like the actual true color, one page at a time, or if I'm going to see one page through and then go on to the next, lighting and all that. Just doing the flat color alone is going to take a long time for some of these pages. But not as long as the flats, which is kind of funny. Hopefully I can get a couple pages done. Yo, Trippy, good to have you back. How are things going on your side? What music is this? This is Dub Mood. I used to really be into chiptune back in like, oh goodness, 2014, 2013, right around there is when I started really getting into it. But I never came across these guys, and they're pretty old school, relatively speaking. Some of their stuff goes back to like early 2000s, I guess. But this specific video is Dub Mood live at Cafe 44, Stockholm. It's a mix of a bunch of music live. Ah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it wasn't too much, but regardless, tool's been stolen. Yeah, it sucks. Hopefully it bounced back easy. Guess that's one benefit of driving a car from 1987 with the original stereo. Doesn't make as much of a target. That actually reminds me, I need to pull that thing out and see if I can get the tape player working again. Life goes on, yeah. Yeah, for sure, that's good. At least you can bounce back. But man, yeah, that sucks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I try to always keep stuff out of my car, but I know that's not always an option. Sometimes you gotta have a place to store it, and car might be the only place to really store it. At that point, you just gotta hope. Actually, reminds me, my car's starting to make noise again. I gotta just had my or worked to get my CV joint boots replaced. Glad to get that taken care of, but after we got that all put back together, oops, that's his arm. It started making a clunking under the floorboards. I think it has something to do with the steering, so I gotta look into that. Hey, Imagine, good to see ya. Oh, Trippy, by the way, so we had this problem before. I don't know why. I need to look into it, but links don't come through. It's probably like a security thing, and I'm kind of okay with that. Is it just the same Gilded link? It's on Drink with Crazy's like different videos and whatnot? Because it's the same thing. I can go out and find that. But yeah, that's probably why you didn't see me, as that didn't come through, and I didn't realize it. Okay, yeah. Then I'll check it out after then. I've never used Gilded before. I'm down to try it though. Kind of annoying having to get another like thing, but it tends to happen every like 5 or 6 years anyway. You know, before Discord it was Curse. Before Curse it was, before Curse it was Skype. So it's always kind of a revolving door. Yep, I got my face cam on. Which I love this thing. Man, it was so funny. I was shocking. One day I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, Cormanus. He goes by that on Twitch. He's the same guy that helped me with sound design on the last film I did. And we were sitting down and we were talking. And he showed me a video of a guy who was using a camcorder as a webcam. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I think I have an old camcorder lying around, and I most definitely have a way of inputting analog video. I'm just gonna hook that up. Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely awesome meeting up with different creators and stuff like that. I've been in and out of different circles for goodness, 5 or 6 years now. Always really fun. Oh, thank you, Imagine. Hey, you're not wrong. Every time. What my day job is? I'm a teacher. I teach high school level. I teach mostly things like animation and multimedia, stuff like that. And I like it. Gives me enough free time to be able to do stuff like this, which is nice. Be able to be comfortable. One of these days I probably would want to move on, but I probably always have that interest in teaching. Well, I will admit there is a threshold of age. I've never had to teach really young kids, you know, third grade. I've never taught third grade. But I did have to teach middle schoolers, and that was a challenge. Middle schoolers are very difficult to teach. Not sure what it is exactly, just that age is tough. Well, high school's fun. High school's fun to teach. Because they're right on that threshold of, you know, learning, you know, where they're at and what they're planning to do and, starting to really get that passion, hopefully, to pursue something. So being able to facilitate that and guide it's really fun. I can't even disagree necessarily. Not the brightest at that age. I mean, we all weren't. Let's see. Well, it's already been 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. I guess I did do a long. Come on. Buffaloed it out until now. That is. Yeah. Well, hey. There are animators. I remember hearing a story. One of the animators who worked on Beauty and the Beast back in the day, I think he was started when he was in his 30s or something like that. It's not about when you start, it's about what you put in when you start. Funny that you mention writing when you're younger, because I've actually been attempting to track down and recover an old file from when I was younger. Started writing a manuscript for a book when I was in middle school, funny enough. Unfortunately, recently learned that I had lost that file, probably a couple years back, to a failed hard drive. So I've been trying to track down any storage devices or backups or anything like that that it might have had. Unfortunately, it seems like all of my fail safes fell through, so a little bit of a bummer. It wasn't a good story or anything, but certainly was a foundational part of my development as a creator. Plus, it's always fun to look back. Honestly, though, truth be told, one thing that I've really noticed that I think pays off in the end, is, you know, with writing especially, is life experience. So, at the end of the day, maybe being an electrician will give you, actually I know for a fact, it will give you a grounding for your work that will give it an edge. Even mundane things breathe life into work. Well, I still remember a lot of it, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't written well or anything like that, but looking back at the story, it was fun. And what's funny is a lot of the things that inspired me when I was younger haven't really changed. Um, a lot of the music that I was listening to, I mean, I was taking stuff from like Jethro Tull and Peter Gabriel and Yes, um, that kind of thing. That's what was really inspiring me, and that's still definitely true to this day. So it's fun to see how that inspiration. Well, the inspiration hasn't necessarily changed. Of course, I have. It's fun to look back and see the trail of that development. Watch this VOD get dinged for this song. Well, I just think about the stories that really last over the ages. And if you really look at them, the big things that stand out, when you read an original story that truly is captivating, that creates, come on, just that universal fondness, it always comes from a place of experience. No matter what it is, really. It was kind of funny, actually. I came across... So music is a big one for me. That's a huge inspiration. Like this story itself, as I explained, was inspired by a single, like 1 minute kind of borderline joke piece that a Japanese guitarist did. But it was interesting because I came across an artist, Stephen Reich, I think his name is, or Steve Reich. He's an older classical composer from like the 70s, I think. And some of his pieces, Counterpoint 3 in particular, as well as eight strings, I think it's called, absolutely brought me back to a point of like overwhelming need to write. It was kind of interesting. I haven't capitalized on the feeling again, but it's pretty crazy how much can be drawn out of just listening to the right song at the right time, or seeing the right image at the right time, or whatever it might be, the right experience. That's what it really comes down to. That's why you can't force it, and the unfortunate nature of trying to industrialize it, and ultimately the shortcoming. The only thing it seems that Hollywood can't afford is time. Funny enough. All the money in the world can't afford time, I guess. Come on. Oh. I need to do the panels, dang it. Oh well, whatever. I'll just do the flats real quick. Or at least this flat. There we go. Turn this on, and this is a straight panel. often portrayed as an enemy. Yeah. That's the right one. Have I been in the wrong? I was using the wrong. We want to bring it over a touch. But I want to do the typical fourth wall break I've been getting in the habit of. Or I guess a more apt term would be panel break. That's the knife cut in the music. Ever listen to The Knife? No, I don't think I have. All right. Okay, those two panels, and then this panel. Oh, I have. Is that a sample that's being used? That's funny. Actually, it might. 1 second. Maybe it's an actual. You're saying that's the actual song? Where are we at? Track list. Someone gave the track list here, so. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's funny. The Knife, Silent Shout. So, yeah, I guess I have now. That's funny. Good ear. That's sampled? It probably is like a cover or a remix, yeah. Yeah, because it's a variety of different, like, there's, like, Zenobi, Scatolites, no one I really recognize. Okay, there's Daft Punk. I recognize that. Slide. I don't know who that is. Mostly a lot of people outside of my wheelhouse. Yeah, I dig this whole playlist. This whole playlist is sick. Oops, today. Dang it. X, Control V, there we go. Yeah, if it wasn't visual arts or stories, it would have been music for me. That actually, I got an organ sitting behind me. Maybe I can. How can I don't know if I can even show it. Where is it? That's my screens. I don't think you can really see it back there. I'll have to share it another time somehow. I've got to get a proper like mount for this camera one of these days. Okay. Yeah, I've gotta actually put it back together. I've gotta put it back. I gotta put the organ back together. It's just mostly just the top's not on it right now. I gotta see if I can fix my synthesizer. I have a Novation Ultranova. I gotta try to put back together. The encoders are funky. I need to. Try this. I need to, funny enough, speaking of chiptunes, I've got a Game Boy with running LSDJ right now. My big plan for that, though, is I want to get a MIDI interface working in it. Another piano after synth making music. Felt like fireworks in your brain. Yeah. It's good to get into that groove. It's been a while since I've done anything like that, actually. I need to get back into it. Kind of hard when everything's in pieces. I really need to get a table so that I can do some like proper soldering and stuff like that. I've got an oscilloscope and everything just sitting there, ready to be used. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's good to make backups of all that stuff, just in case. Yeah, honestly, like iPads and stuff like that, they're neat little devices and everything like that, but we use them a lot at the school I teach at. And man, it's just kind of a hassle. I mean, Microsoft has been bad enough as is. I probably wouldn't do a, if I wanted a little portable art device, I probably would try to find something other than an iPad, honestly. I'm not so sure about that. Tell you what, I'll do this arm coming out. And see if that works. Haven't touched any years. Ooh, steel drums. Yeah, acoustic guitar is great to learn. I've actually been kind of wanting to learn it myself. Funny enough, I think my brother has one. He's not really using. Might talk to him about that. Not that I need more hobbies, but would like to learn a proper stringed instrument. I actually also have a zither instrument, funny enough, a guzheng from Taiwan from the 60s. Real nice little instrument. Has a neat sound to it. I need to start practicing with that again and start recording it. I've got ideas for that. Maybe. Sure. We'll go with that. Still not 100% on this panel, but I think once it's colored, it'll give the effect. Just that vertigo kind of look. Nice. That's the key, consistency. Which actually I have been really bad about in terms of certain things. I really, that's the mask. Really want to get back on the animating kick. I really miss animating, actually. Actually, I have a project I've been doing research for that I really want to get to. And I found a way to make an aspect of it a little bit faster. I've been looking into stylized grass for a scene. And I have a pretty good idea on how I can do it using Blender without taking a million years to render it all out by hand. That's one of my biggest challenges. The short film, that took me about, like, front to back, from conception to final render, that took me about a year. The pre-production took me about 3 months. The actual production went pretty dang quick, actually, because I was focused on it so much back in university. That only took me about 4 months. And then I was pretty burnt out after that and finishing up school and whatnot. By the way, thanks for sharing that, actually. I really appreciate that. And let's see, I took a little bit of a break. I did some compositing, which took me about a month to do the compositing. And then the sound design took like 2 months, 2 solid months. At first it was on and off, but eventually I was, we were able to sit down and really get it done. So overall, about a year, I would say. That was back in... I released it back in 2021. Just crazy to think that it's been 2 years almost. And actually, dang it, that reminds me, I need to remaster the audio and release it, just the music, essentially. Hopefully I can do that for the 2-year anniversary. Kind of maybe clean it up a touch. I've actually been getting the bug to make another film. I kind of did that with the, I don't know if you saw the microfilm, the Otherworld microfilm on my channel. Well, that's what it takes for animation. But I really liked how that microfilm came out. That took me about 6 months or something like that, I think. What am I looking at? That's not right. Took me, I think, about 6 months to do that whole thing. Actually, it might have been shorter than that. I started it back in October and I finished it in January. Was it January or February? I think it was January, actually, like towards the end of January. And that was only like 3 months. Wow, okay. That wasn't too bad then. But yeah, I need to board out another film I have an idea for that I really want to do. And then actually I have an idea to do, like, pretty much the best way I can describe it is fully animated reviews. That'll happen one of these days. Then I have another big project I've got to do a lot of writing for. That's gonna be a lot of work. Where are we at? Wish I could make this stuff faster, man. Takes so dang long. I suppose if I can get some support behind it, I can justify dedicating a few more hours behind it. So maybe one of these days that'll happen. But I've got to really, like, get stuff in order to make that work. Make sure people are really getting something out of it, you know? That kind of came out funny, didn't it? Let me finish. That's better. So it's really funny to think every time I have to draw this mask, I just think to myself, I've been drawing this mask for like 3 years. Been drawing this mask since 2020. These stupid lines. Oh my gosh, that was such a pain in the film, drawing all of those lines. I actually got a friend of mine to help me do cleanup on the scene, and I was watching her stream it at one point. And she writes a note to me in the middle of the stream, just like, why in the world did you put these lines? I'm like, hey, I have to do them too. Okay. Probably drawing it blindfolded. Maybe from certain angles. Maybe. I've definitely drawn it a lot. Some angles though, man, it's an awkward shape at certain angles, like a slightly off angle, not quite like a 3/4, because 3/4 is easy. That's the kind of natural, the natural shape it tends to want to become, where one side's just a straight up curve. But when it's at a just barely canted angle, getting that to look right in 3D space, that's a challenge. That's what I really struggle with in that mask design. So if you go back and watch the film, you'll notice that I tend to kind of cheat the movement a little bit to make it easier on myself, and just easier on the eyes, because like getting that rotation to look right it's better to kind of play it safe. Lots of little tricks you can play to kind of save some time. It's kind of funny, when I got to the comic, I also ditched the gilded edges on the cloak. See, in the film, her design has these gilded edges, and then like halfway through the first chapter, actually not even halfway through the first chapter, like, oops, wrong color. Like, I think by the 3rd or 4th page, I just stopped. I was like, I can't be bothered. So the animation actually had a more complicated design. Which I find funny. around. There we go. Cyan. Hi-Fi Plus. A whole 20,000 hertz. Actually, that reminds me, I have an old reel-to-reel, Sony reel-to-reel I need to get up and running again. Gotta get on top of that. Man, there's so much to fix. Let's see here. I actually do want to do ground. There we go. Almost done here. This panel, anyway. Gonna try to get 2 pages done today. This page should be really easy. Coloring it is gonna be a friggin' nightmare. Because this wall, you know, I shouldn't really have to say anything, but all of this should be pretty dang easy since it's just her. No, but whatever. Maybe a time for a little bit of refurbishing. That's cool though, a steel drum. It's been a long time since I played the steel drum. And then this panel should be relatively easy to at least flat. Except for maybe the pills and stuff like that. Doesn't affect the sound, yeah. This is going to be an interesting panel to color, though. Oh, that's going to be fun. Alright. Anyway, let's get back here. So this is the last one that's gonna take any kind of serious time, probably. Hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, I do like how they came out. I really like how the King of the Wall came out, actually. Actually, that reminds me, I gotta get on top of some designs I need to do related to this story. Man, there's so much I gotta do. Heck, I need to animate a trailer as well. Doggone. Get some eyes on it, if I can. That'll be a bit of work, but would be fun. Something I really tried to focus on in this chapter was a principle that an artist came up with back in the 70s. I can never remember his name. I'm terrible with names, but he was the artist behind Lone Wolf and Cub, the original manga. And what he had to say in terms of panel layout and everything, which my brother picked up on and passed it on to me, was every panel should have some kind of drama to it. My brother took that even further with his principle, which is avoid what he calls passing frames, which are frames that don't actually really do anything. Writing is a great place to start. But truth be told, like nowadays, man, like I've been picking up on 3D and whatnot. Blender is a free program, and it's a pretty much all-in-one package. It has editing, it has 2D work, it has 3D, of course, it has texturing, shading, all this kind of stuff. That's a great little program to learn. So if you learn just some of the base level knowledge and kind of keep it simple, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do, and it might be good to just kind of explore those other mediums just to really flesh out your creative scope. Either that or just hunker down and start writing. Just strike it hard and get really good. That's what I originally thought I was going to do when I was younger. I thought I was really going to just like lay into writing and really get into it. For a time I was, actually. But I wound up a jack of all trades, so to speak. I'm alright with that. I do feel like it kind of makes it difficult, like if I wanted to do more animation work and stuff like that. I can animate, very capable of it, but you know, when you're competing against someone who is really dedicated to the art form, that becomes a challenge. So I've got to kind of cut my own path, which was always kind of inevitable anyway. All the mad poets are. Yeah, that's a hard one. I know a few people who do poetry, actually. A couple of people at least. Actually, one of them I'm not so sure. He does a lot of writing, but I'm not sure about poetry. I think he does some poetry. I think he's into it, at least. Definitely into literature as a whole. So. That was something that was very useful for me, though, was finding other really good animators. Definitely helps to have that camaraderie. It's kind of hard, though, trying to find people in the same vein, though, as far as what you want to animate. That's the tricky part. Or make comics, a particular style of comics. So like I mentioned last time, I've never been into, you know, the superhero side or what you kind of typically think in terms of comics. Yeah. All that receives the mind is stuck by praying time, yeah. I was never much of a poet myself. Never really got into it. I did write a little bit of it. I was, had to for classes when I was in high school. And I actually did enjoy it, actually, once I kind of understood the artistry of it, I suppose. Which is what that class actually was really good for. That really sort of showcased the artistry of writing to me, which was nice. In a way I hadn't really seen before. Yo, Taxi. Good to have you back. We're solo again, unfortunately. Bit later? Yeah, that's alright. Glad you stopped by regardless. We still got an hour of stream left, so here's to hoping I can get another page done. Actually, I might go a little bit late today, depending. Next page, actually, well, depends. Next page hopefully won't take too long, but still, who knows? Man, it's so funny. Every time you say hail, I think of Room Service. I think of the Marx Brothers movie, Room Service, when they're saying hail and for a while. That's what goes through my head. Man, it's been a long time since I watched a Marx Brothers movie. I'll need to sit down and go through them again. I think I have all of them. Yeah. I could go for something classic, honestly. I'll need to figure out these guys' color schemes, honestly, because color is really important from a thematic side as well. I need to figure out where their allegiance lies, so to speak. There we go. Got a load of homework? Alright. Good time to get some homework done. Oops. Her arm is still a little long, but that's okay. I kind of like the look of it. I wasn't super satisfied with the design on the front of her face, but I actually like the design overall. Actually, yeah, okay. Actually, we're gonna do that blue. Happen in history or fight a lion that doesn't have any teeth and is missing a leg. Oh, fight a lion. There's some nasty diseases out there, man. That's a gamble. I mean, lion would be scary, but nah, man, I've had my fair share of diseases. I ain't playing those cards, man. Ooh, we getting into the good stuff now. Yeah, man, I've got some mad experience with diseases getting out of hand. Okay, there we go. Man, I haven't played Atari in a long time. Well, no, I played it last year, I guess. Hooked up my 2600. Played a little bit of Warlords. Good times. Oh, shoot. Oh, right there. Nope. Ah, hello. Man, I dig this guy's music. Oops. Okay, so now are going to use the selection tool here. Actually, I should have done the mask first, but that's alright. We'll make it work. Okay. And of course, we need to deselect here. Okay, that works. Okay. Let's do orange for this guy. I'll do selection. I'm really not sure which one is faster. Tracing the outline or doing the marquee selection. Guess I'll have to time it. See which method's faster. Maybe there are certain circumstances where it's faster to do one but not the other. Or maybe it's exactly the same. I still don't feel like I got 100% the perspective I was going for on this. I think the foot's all okay. The leg and everything connected. The upper body looks pretty good. But that's alright. Also, we're going to need more music, dang it. This shouldn't take too long. Whatever. That's not a big deal. Alright, so that's dub mood live. Let's switch over. I want to keep going on the dub mood train here. Do the trees back here. I'm actually trying to think of what time it would be for this place. Probably like spring or something like that. Gonna go with spring. Couple little places. All right, there we go. All right. Actually, that might get dinged. Yeah, this is a good run. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm glad it's Friday tomorrow. No, I think I can just color these all the same color. Why not? Have you ever tried vegan meat? No, I don't. Well, I can't remember. I think a friend of mine had vegan sausages that I tried one time. Maybe. I don't know if I ever ate those. I don't remember. Not really on my bucket list though. I don't really have any interest in vegan meat. I'll stick to the OG. Actually reminds me, I have chili. It's a little bit over seasoned though. I accidentally put in I think too much oregano and maybe a little bit too much fennel. Still good, but just ever so slightly overpowered by the herbs. Which is a shame. 'Cause usually it comes out really good. Just enough sweetness, but not quite this time. I'll have to give it another shot. But I do have enough beef to do some beef ramen. I could make some nice beef ramen and have broth, so. Actually, I think I might be able to get some real good stock, homemade stock. I need to make stock. I have so many bones in my freezer right now. There's so many chicken bones. Bags of things.
We didn't love the people we met, all those good moments that we always get. Make sure to save them on a mixtape cassette.
Yeah, this reminds me, I have a box of almost said mixtapes, cassette tapes I need to figure out what to do with. Thinking of making loop tapes one of these days. Experiment around with that. I also need to make more mixtapes. But the stereo in my car is broken, so I can't use them. Gotta fix that. I think the motor just went out. Actually, I think it's working again. I need to test it. Pretty sure it might be working again. Don't know how or why, but yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, man. Come off. Man, I hate that so much. What time is it? It's almost been 2. How in the world? What the heck, man? How is it taking this long to flat a page? How is it taking this long to flat a page? I did like one panel on the other page. I was not expecting this one to take this long. It's the smallest things that always take the longest time, I swear. Oh, the little nitty-gritty things. And I would use the selector tool, but it's just... Oh my gosh, I want to kill this thing so much. It's just not great for this, especially like inconsistencies in the line work and everything like that. So this is a more thorough way of doing it. I don't know, maybe I'll try. I think I can use it for the next page. Oh, that's the cloak here. Hopefully that won't interfere. It shouldn't. Okay, what's going on? Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. For our gay character, so serve a few other characters. Red and Gilded. Legend of Sheller. Nice. It's kind of funny to think. I've been working alone for so long. I've done some like actual work for people. I worked on a short film recently, actually. It's been a little while since I finished up on that project, but so I have worked with other people before, but a lot of my stuff hasn't really been all that collaborative. But man, when it is, oh boy, is that a good time, because then it's like, oh hey, I don't have to do everything. These other people who are really cool and good and capable will handle different things. Sign me up. Okay, finally this page is done. Holy cow. Alright, this page, on the other hand, shouldn't take too long. I say that, having spent 2 hours on the previous page, but, you know. This reminds me, I need to pick up French. Been wanting to for a little while now. Really what I should do is I should buy a book or a comic in French. Really force myself to learn it so I can read it. You gotta go? Yeah. It's about that time, isn't it? Well, we're gonna keep going for a little while longer, but hopefully it won't be too long. But hey, thanks for stopping by, Taxi. Always appreciate it. Hope to see you next week when we actually get to color and we can start seeing what these pages really are gonna look like. So, see you then. Until then, good luck with homework and all that jazz. Take care. Make something happen. Oops. There we go. I need to do the panels. Keep forgetting about that. Monochrome, turn this on, pull out this. Actually, nope. Actually gonna increase the size here. I actually really like how open this is. So tell you what, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna oops. Delete the mask. Okay, I do need the mask to some degree. But not. Like so. Oops. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of it via here. Oh. All right, that'll work. Okay. So now back to the flats here. Ah, come off. Okay, we'll clean it up by hand. Oh. Okay. Gosh, this reminds me of another thing I need to do. This song. I got something in mind for it. One of these days. That'll be a fun project. Alright, sounds good. We won't be here much longer, so I'll just be finishing up this page and then I'm going to be getting off, so won't be missing much. But thanks for hanging. Thanks for chatting with me, keeping me company as I get through this process. One of the more lackluster parts of the process, you know. Actually, I might be able to just select here. But yeah, really appreciate it. Sure, I'll see you again soon here. Yeah, for sure. Alright, looks like I'm going to be manually doing this. Okay. For some reason, even though this doesn't have... Oh, it's because it's not referenced to that. Okay. Is that... Oops. Yeah, that'll do. And a little bit of cleanup. Okay. So this should work. Oops. Well, actually... Yeah, it ain't gonna work, Chief. Okay. Oops, I did that completely wrong. We can fix it here. Oh man. Okay. Shoot. Actually, I should only have to cover the gaps, come to think of it. So, oops. Okay. Let's try it with this. Cover the gaps. Which there are many. It's gonna be areas it's not gonna be able to select. This really isn't the best way to do it. I'm just gonna select around. For the more open pieces, it'll work, but for the really closed ones, or complicated shapes, I'll just end up forgetting something. Oh, thank goodness it paused. The one time that I'm actually grateful that YouTube paused. Because unfortunately, that song we can't listen to. Even though it's a really good song. Because screw you, YouTube. So we'll switch gears here. Oh man, my back is killing me. I'm gonna have to get up and move around after this. Got a little bit more work I would like to do. Okay. That. All right, let's choose some other music. Yeah, we can just continue on this. Yeah, okay, we're gonna be good. Probably for the rest of the stream, so. And we'll just do this by hand. Oh, man. Okay, and then one last for that one, and then we're gonna call it. Oops. That. We'll color this the same color as the mask. Okay, and with that, we're gonna call it. We ended up going for 2.5 hours. Okay, so it was actually it probably averaged out to about an hour per page, but the other one took about an hour and 30. This one took about 30 minutes. So, all right, but that is 2 more pages done. We just have 2 more to flat, and then we can get to actually coloring this page, and that's gonna be a lot of work. The nice thing is that once we get things kind of settled, should go pretty quick. That's what this technique is for. So we'll just need to kind of, it's gonna be a lot of playing around with layers and opacity and blending and all that kind of stuff, but that's going to be on the chopping block next week. I actually might get to it a little bit. Oops, that is not what I wanted. That got it. There we go. Okay, so anyway, we're going to be calling it a night. I'm going to be probably getting a little bit more work done, and then we are going to take a break because I am tired. Anyway, take care, everyone. Thank you for stopping by, those of you who did. And I will see you on Tuesday of next week. Hopefully, my brother will be better by then. We'll be streaming together. See ya.